Liverpool were unbeaten at home this season ahead of West Brom's trip to Anfield. The visitors had gone 15 games without a win in all competitions, equalling the worst run in their 139-year history. Commentary comes from Guy Mowbray.
Among 6 Liverpool changes tonight, there's a first Premier League appearance since August for Loris Karius in goal, with Simon Mignolet not risked due to a slight injury that isn't serious enough to keep him off bench duty. Amongst the 5 who've stayed in the side, the Premier League's top scorer Mohamed Salah, who tonight goes up against his Egypt international colleague Ahmed Hegazi. 2 Albion changes as Sam Field and Jay Rodriguez make way for Grzegorz Krychowiak and James McLean. Liverpool are dominating possession of the ball at the moment. Salah keeps going. Bypasses Coutinho, Firmino onto it, and he misses by a whisker. Steady ripple of applause to greet that. It's the closest that either side have come. Firmino did get the only goal of the game when these sides last met in April last season. Liverpool unbeaten in the last 8 meetings, winning 4 and drawing 4. A little bit of fire and frustration from Liverpool's number 9. Ben Foster has come all the way out of his goal to take this free kick, which is in the Liverpool half. Don't see that too often. And he's going to get back pretty smart because he's put it straight into his opposite number's gloves. Liverpool haven't done very well in getting that away from their own box. Hegazi, who's still up there. Krychowiak, Robson Kanu has a go at... Had a go at beating Karius from range and very nearly did it. Look how deliberately he tries to place this. Side foot, and nearly got enough dip on it too. Alexander-Arnold. McLean had gone to do some pressing and left Alexander-Arnold all alone, and he nearly picked out Salah. What a good ball it was from the young fullback. It was just the bounce of the ball that beat Salah in the end. Salah peels away from Hegazi, then sets off, and just couldn't quite get there. Rondon. It's going to be a free kick. He was all set to do his job again of holding it and absorbing the challenges, and the first one that came in from Klavan is deemed a foul. Krychowiak's just taken some instruction from Alan Pardew. Taking plenty of time again. Now curls it in. It's very close to Karius. It needed to be saved by Karius. Wasn't intended as a shot on his goal. And Karius almost got himself too far underneath the ball. And in the end, he was caused a real problem by that. His problems haven't gone away yet. And again from Krychowiak, headed towards goal, and another one is tipped over by the German in the Liverpool goal. Now this looks a better save. It's a good effort from Jakob. Something different for West Bromwich Albion. Different angle for Krychowiak, and Hegazi gets onto it, but can't get over it. So Grzegorz Krychowiak's delivery from wide. That's the best ball in of the lot. Hegazi didn't really attack it with true conviction. Mane. Wijnaldum, Firmino, Mane! You do just get the feeling that the chances will now start to come for Liverpool. It was missed by Naom, but the chance was missed by Sadio Mane. Coutinho has said that he's enjoyed this switch to a deeper role in recent games. Liverpool really need to see him start influencing this one a little bit more. Alexander-Arnold. Salah! Oh, Salah's missed it. And that hasn't happened often this season. It's Alexander-Arnold who puts it in. Comes off the head of Krychowiak, who can only help it on to Salah, and he mistimed it altogether. This is the spell for Liverpool. This is the spell West Bromwich Albion have to repel. Firmino. Mane. 3 red shirts in the box, heavily outnumbered. Foster punches not away. Oh, he's lost it again, and Evans does get it away. Foster seemed to get caught out by the flight of the ball. I don't know what happened second time. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Coutinho, Gomez. That was a good ball in, and it's gone in. And it is a first Liverpool goal for Dominic Solanke. West Bromwich Albion are complaining about it, and it looks as though their complaints have been upheld. Handball was the shout, and handball after discussion between Paul Tierney and his assistant Konstantin Hatzidakis. Well, they've decreed that it was handled into the net, and it does come up off the side of Solanke onto his arm and into the goal. He didn't know much about it. In fact, he was off and running, celebrating with not even a thought that it might be ruled out. Jurgen Klopp frustrated by a decision late on against Everton on Saturday, the penalty against his team that cost 2 points. Liverpool in again, and Foster out quickly. Solanke blocked by Higazi. It's all happening for Dominic Solanke. That was missed by Nayon. Bounced off Oxlade-Chamberlain. Look at Higazi stationed on the line. Liverpool 0, West Bromwich Albion 0.
You know, you've got to earn your right, you've got to earn your luck, and tonight we definitely did that. We was excellent in all aspects of a defensive display. We can't come up here and open the game up in where we are. We haven't won for God knows how long. So that side of it, which has been very strong since I've been at the club, just on transition at times, we still got to improve. There's no doubt about that.
We can do better. We have to do better. That's our responsibility, 100%. But at a night like this, when you are not at your best, you need a little bit of luck, of course. And then we would have taken easily the 1-0. Wonderful. So now it's 0-0. It's a big difference. And so it doesn't feel too good, but we have to take it.
Yeah, second successive home draw for Liverpool, although just for a few seconds it looked like they'd pinched it, which is probably the wrong phrase because you're not allowed to use your hand.
Yeah, it was very unlucky, but I think the assistant and the referee get it right in the end. It's a brilliant ball in from Joe Gomez, but Solanke has gained an advantage by handling
Wasn't
the
there some kind of directive recently, not a law, but a directive saying
yeah, and that ball changed. That
ball's going in off someone's arm.
Ball changes direction as well, doesn't it? I mean, it is unlucky, but it's the correct decision. Brilliant from the referee and his assistant Paul Tierney. Get it absolutely right, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it was after Koscielny's goal last season that they said. I agree. I mean, against Burnley, you can't score with your hand and it be justified, even if it's accidental. Yeah. Unfortunately, because I wish it was. I wish it was allowed.
Well, as a Liverpool man, they had a few chances. I mean, West Brom did defend really well.
West Brom was superb, a bit like Everton, and they parked the bus in many respects, but they're allowed to. And Liverpool, with their creativity, had to do more to break them down. They did have a couple of great chances, but do you know what, Gary? They're 6 points off where they were last year at this stage of the season, and actually last season scored 7 more goals. So we're eulogising about the front players, me included, and the creativity that they're showing, but they'd actually scored more last year, which tells its own tale, really. And at Anfield, these are the type of games that they have to win. Otherwise, they're putting huge pressure on themselves when they come up against the better teams. And against Everton and against West Brom, although there was a bit of luck involved for both, there hasn't been enough killer instinct in that final third. And we can argue about rotation, who should and shouldn't play. The fact is, if you play Everton and West Brom at home when they're struggling, you should win. Yeah,
OK. Well, certainly a very good point for West Brom, albeit the fact that it's now 16 games without a victory, which is a club record, 139 years of history made.
Yeah, I know, and scoring goals has been a problem for them all season. There's only Swansea who've scored less for them. They've got 12 goals this season. So
is that the harder thing to change as a new manager?
Yeah, it is.
Team scoring goals rather than
it's the hardest thing to do, isn't it? Score goals, absolutely.
Yeah, OK.